boy, comedian Ballhead Phillips. Out there rolling. I figured I would tell y'all. I had to revamp my stories because my stories weren't effective enough. I held a little truth back. So this is a revamp of the first episode of my 10-minute series that are going to be broke down here on Instagram. And it's called These Chicks, Those Days, which I talk about relationships, situations that I got in, and encounters with some of the past females in my life. Now look, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I was in a long on and off, and I will say on and off, relationship with a chick that used to go to Corliss High School. Now, only reason I'm saying that is because I'm not gonna say her name. Don't want to say her name. However the case may be, she had one of the baddest bodies on the south side of Chicago and the hundreds. However, she had the strongest face. Oh yeah, face was strong. Only thing that made her look good to me sometimes was her hair, the way she used to have her hair. However, that all turned bad because a woman with an evil spirit, oh my God, vindictive women with an evil spirit would be something. I met her at a party. It was real cool back in the days. I met her at a party in the early 2000s. We hit it off. We kicked it. We hung out. I talked to her back and forth because I was running the streets and I had just came home too. So I was trying to get myself back acclimated financially and everything. Acclimated, is that a word? Yeah, but anyway, I had, got up with her. Everything was cool. Now I knew what was wrong because I'm the type of person, if I get up with you, I'm going to want to get in that bed with you, especially if you got a body. She had a job. She was a sheriff or something, not a sheriff, but she was a sheriff at a mental institution. But anyway, make a long story short, went over her house one time. The first time I went over her house, she didn't want to give me none. So she didn't see me no more till a year or so, something like that. Cause I don't play them games. You know you wanted to get busy. Women that be acting like they want to get busy, but then ain't nobody got time to be playing with them. But when we did start having a sexual relationship, it was supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. So I was more drawn to her sexually, and then everything else fell in place. Now I'm not gonna lie. One time, I'm gonna tell you how it was so crazy. She looked to me, she was all right, but one day somebody said, I was at a comedy show, and one of the guys was like, "Hey man, who's that googly eyed looking ass chick with the bad body?" And I was with my awesome man, that's my woman, man. And my boy was like, "You lying?" My best friend, my BFF, was like, "No, he ain't lying." And ever since then, it was a joke. They was like, "Hey man, where you at? You gonna bring strong face with you?" Boy, your friends ain't shit. But anyway, so time go on. I didn't know she had a bad temper until one day, me and my son was helping her move her daughter. Now, her daughters, they must have, I don't know, they must have looked at like somebody else in the family. So that's some very beautiful daughters, two beautiful daughters. But, I found out in this relationship that it's not how somebody looked that made you want to be with them. To a certain extent, a very strong extent, she had a very beautiful heart. So I kind of overlooked a lot of things. But sometimes you can't overlook. You can't really overlook ugly. You can't really overlook ugly. You really can't. And especially when a person starts acting ugly. You know you can't overlook ugly. Anyway, she got into a verbal argument with somebody in her family on the phone. And I think it was an older person, like an elder. And the way she was talking to him, my son heard it first. I didn't hear him. He's like, man, Daddy, she talking real crazy to them people. And I knew my son was getting it because my son was very intelligent. My son, Shaquille. But anyway, he was like, man, I hope she don't be talking to you like that. And I said, boy, ain't nobody finna talk to me like that. So we helped her move, all of that. Her daughter was going on about her life, in school and doing whatever. Anyway, the first time she got on some jealous, like she was like super duper jealous, man. Super jealous. And I hate women that are jealous for no reason. I'm a comedian. The main thing of my job is to make people laugh. But who's the number one consumers? Women. Women love comedy. Women love to go to comedy shows. And that's what it was. I'm at a comedy show. I done took her out of town with me. We in Iowa somewhere. And what she do? A girl was talking to me that I've been knowing since she was a baby, but I hadn't seen her because she moved off the block. And she talking to me, we talking about her parents and everything, because her daddy was my OG. We talking, she come walk over there where we at, like, what's going on? I saw her nothing, just sitting there talking to me. And before I could say my niece, she was like, yeah, she been over here too long talking to you. She need to buy something and go. I said, what are you talking about, man? You don't talk to nobody like that.
Use the right lane to keep right onto Windy Hill Road East.
I'm out here doing what I'm doing. It's my job. Man, she went into a thing. And when I went off on her, one thing I knew she don't like, she does not like to be embarrassed. And me being a comedian and very outspoken to say what I want to say, she couldn't deal with it. So she went and got in the car, sat in the car for the remainder of the time. She watched the show. Now, let me bag up a little bit. Before that, she gets into it with the main promoter's wife. I tell her to sit at the table and take some pictures of me while I'm on stage. She take the pictures, but then what she do? Somebody come to tell her, hey, well, you got to move. Instead of her saying, well, I'm sitting there with bald head and I'm taking pictures, I ain't got to move and go nowhere. I ain't got to do nothing. I'm on stage, y'all. And I literally hear her going back and forth with these people. And I looked at her and said, hey, don't do that. I'm in the middle of my set. So now everything got to get back, reset, and all of that. Pissed me off. So I lay up, and after the show was over with, we finna get ready to head back home. I'm gone. I'm ready to go. But she want to stay because she wanted to make up and act like she was cool, and she wasn't. So she went and kissed them people's ass just to appease me, because she knew, I guess she probably knew she wasn't going nowhere else with me. But when she did that, to try to prove to me that I didn't like that. If you gonna be one way, be that way, stand on business with it. You ain't stand on business with it, you phony.
Stay in the right 2 lanes.
And then you don't know how to conversate or communicate. You don't know how to, get out of a situation. You about to cause all type
of problems. In about 1 mile, turn right onto Cobb Parkway South.
We get back to Chicago. I ain't speak to her for a couple days. A lot of times I used to break up with her and get back with her. But I will break up with her and just not say nothing to her. Just not say nothing to her. So, we go on the road a couple more times. A couple more times she was cool. But that jealousy was overwhelming. She would get mad because I'm giving other people attention. And the attention that I'm giving them got to do with my job. Got to do with what I got to do. And one time, it was about to be a big old situation. But I ain't got that much time on this one. So, part 2 of These Chicks, Those Days, coming up.